Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Far End of the Bench podcast. My name is Nico Bryan. To this week, we got a lot of football to talk about. The Broncos aren't in the playoffs anymore. Yep, sad day. I know it's tough over here. We're cheering from afar, some different teams that neither Jimmy and I care about. So that kind of sucks. And we got a national championship next week to talk about, too. A big matchup between two teams that, frankly, I don't think any of us would got there. But my center attention this week, let's get into and talk about the coaching cycle because the number one name, the big name, the name that everybody thinks, what is he going to do? It is primetime Deion Sanders. Obviously, Coach Prime the last 2 years has been in Colorado. Colorado was, in my opinion, was one win away from being in the Big 12 championship to have a chance to play in the college football playoff and have a chance to compete in the playoffs for the first time ever. And unfortunately or fortunately for Cowboys fans, his name is the name. And he is the name in Jerry Jones' pocket. And as someone that is obviously a CU football fan, go CU, but I'm a CU fan. But it would suck to see Deion go. And frankly, I think this is all smoke and mirrors. Because let's be honest ourselves. Do we really think that Jerry Jones is going to let Deion do whatever he wants to? Do we really think that? Because Deion Sanders is the alpha wherever he walks into. When he step foot on Boulder, that is his program. There's zero denying that Colorado football is Deion's program. When he step foot on Jackson State, that was his program. And you're telling me that if he goes to Dallas and he's going to head coach over there in Dallas, that Jerry Jones is going to listen to him every single step of the way? I don't believe it. I really don't believe it. I've heard rumblings that Jerry would – that's the one coach that he would be able to take a step back forward and let him have full control of this and everything. I don't believe it. I don't believe it one bit. And then there's a couple other things that I think factor this in so much is Deion said that he loves coaching the youth and be able to bring the college kids up to that level. The Cowboys, if you look at their placement in the draft, they're the 12th pick right now. They have zero shot of getting Travis Hunter or Shedeur. There is 0.000% chance unless they trade up for Shedeur or Travis Hunter. And you know what that would mean? Having to trade Dak Prescott, which, by the way, Russell Wilson's $53 million cap hit looks like cheap work compared to what the Cowboys would have to pay for Dak Prescott. $108 million is what the dead cap hit would be if the Cowboys traded before the middle of June. The draft, obviously, in a couple weeks. If you want to move up in the draft, you're going to have to move Dak Prescott. So are you willing to, if you're the Cowboys, are you willing to tear everything down to try, I don't think it's possible, just try to move up for Shedeur, get Deion Sanders, do that whole thing? I don't think it's possible. I really don't think it's possible. And I don't even know if Deion wants to deal with the headache of Dallas either. I guess we'll see how things play out. It's weird how the coaching cycle has been going. Vrabel's already basically should have been the head coach last year, and they Jared Mayo to the side, but they head coach in New England now, probably going to do a lot of great things over there, which is unfortunate for us in the AFC fans. But this guy was very interesting. That's all I'm going to say. McCarthy didn't get re-signed after the ask to interview him. Originally, the Cowboys denied it. Then 2 weeks later, they just let him go. It's very, very weird the cycle that's going on. And that's what makes me happy as a Sean Payton, Kai, and the Broncos. And unfortunately, Jimmy's team should be in this cycle because he could be in the Ben Johnson sweepstakes, but he's not. And he's going on that. But this coaching cycle was very, very interesting. And like I said, all eyes are on Dallas and all eyes are on Deion and seeing what he does. And like I said, as a Colorado Buffalo fan and a guy that frankly doesn't really care about the Cowboys, I hope he stays. That's all. So without further ado, lots of football to talk about this week. Let's jump in the rest of the show.